maybe they're decided not to have kids, or maybe they're still considering it. What sort of things could they think about for how they spend their money?
Yeah, I think the first thing is if you're going to get help from a financial planner, ask them how your plan is different if you're child free. If they say it's not different, walk out. If they say you'll change your mind, walk out. If they say I don't know, I'm actually okay with that answer. And that's
Right.
part of it. The challenge is to plan for your life first, then your finances. So, for
Okay.
example, we have a program called the No Baby Steps, the 8 No Baby Steps. And one of the No Baby Steps, number 7, is what's your plan for your parents? Are you going to take care of them? How are you going to do that? What's the structure? You have to have all of this planned out. And really, the equation is, does it make your life simpler? Like your finances simpler, or does it make your life more amazing? Those are the things you need to start focusing in on, not, what are the numbers. Like, for example, child-free folks hit what we call the child-free midlife crisis, 30s, 40s, which is when they hit their personal, professional, and financial goals. And then they're like, what do I do with the rest of my life? What's my next 40 years look like?
All right.
And I'll be honest, that's a really, really hard question. I don't have an answer for most people. I'm like, let's work through it. Because normally you just pass your goals on to your kids. Like, that's kind of how it works.
Hmm.
If instead you got to think about, what is my purpose? Why am I doing this? All that. That's the hard stuff that really having somebody help you work through is there. Finances can be very simple. We do simple passive investing, long-term investing, no big deal there. Not a big fan of rental income, things like that, because it's a lot more work. Simple investment, simple finances work. Now people go, well, can't I make it fancier? You can. Not going to give you more life. That's the balancing act. There's no reason to. People who die with zero can either could just do an annuity or a fixed income and run out the rest of their life because they don't care if it goes up. You can also take a whole lot of chances and swing for the fences because if it goes down, who cares? Like
Right.
you have a lot more flexibility.
Right. And you mentioned you could get insurance for how to have long-term care. I didn't know about that. How does that work?
Yeah, in the US, the way it works is long-term care is all paid out of pocket. The government only will pay for it if you're on Medicaid, which is after you've spent all of your assets down.
Okay.
So you need to have private insurance to do that. Now, that's actually why some folks are doing the expat life and going to Europe where they actually have long-term care as a benefit, which is another way to have a plan for it. You just have to have a plan for it.
Right. So sorry, did I misunderstand? Like, so you could get insurance at some age so that when you need it, you can
Yep.
get long-term care. And when
Yep.
when do you have to start paying premiums for that insurance?
I try to do that in mid 40s. By the way, it's expensive. I
I
just
was
did a
going to say
couple the other.
that's a long time to pay for if you're not going to get long-term care until you're 75. Because does that mean like a retirement home, like an upscale retirement home?
So in the U.S., for a nursing facility, let's go with that. A single room, so you're by yourself, costs you $115,000 a year on
Oh
average.
shit.
Men will spend 2.2 years in care. Women will spend 3.7 years,
All right.
and that cost is going up 5% every year. So the answer is we buy insurance to cover it. I just did this for a couple in their mid 40s, and there's options like you can pay every year for a while. You can pay 10 payments up front, or you pay up front. And I think it was like $240,000 to buy it up front. Give them $240,000, you're covered. And they were like, that's a lot of money. I'm going, you're right. If you pay out of pocket, it's going to be $500,000. So which one do
Yeah.
you want? And if you go, well, the government will take care of that from you in the US, the answer is no.
No, in the U.S. definitely not. They don't even do paid leave for mothers. Like
No.
it's such an insane place for that.
And what they do for long-term care through Medicaid is Medicaid pays about 30 cents on the dollar. So
Okay.
guess what? You're not getting the nice, comfy spots. You're in a room with 4 other people, and the care is not the best. Now, there are some decent facilities, but it's so rare, you're not going to find one. Like, you're not that lucky.
Yeah. Right.
Um, you have to have a plan for it.
Right. That's fascinating. Okay. Yeah. So people definitely need to start thinking about that even as early as you said, the early 40s, mid 40s.
And by the way, it's the same for parents. They just think their kids are going to take care for them. Like,
Right. That's the most mind-blowing thing that I think has come from this chat, that because a lot of people will say, yeah, well, who's going to take care of you when you're older? And now the question is, who do you think is going to take care of you?